The Masubia people are one of the largest ethnic tribes in the Zambezi region and are mostly found in the eastern floodplains. They are commonly known in the region to be river people, with fish and water lilies forming part of their traditional cuisine. Just like other tribes in the region, each year the Masubia people hold the Chiefs Festival, which always brings the Masubia people together to feast and celebrate a rich cultural heritage spanning centuries. The Masubia people are mostly fixated on their peacock-inspired dance of Spelu, and it is always in abundance at the festival. While performing this dance, women normally wear their traditional attires known as misisi. The history of the Masubia people dates back to 1652, and during this period, they've had over 16 chiefs, and traditional shrines are spread across 3 countries, namely Namibia, Zambia and Botswana.
Babatu leti munu mane kuiza kusika hanusunu sumuine wentanzi simuine liswani nyana ya batangi nae 1905 nali tuta kwa chika matondo ni abezi kulala ka 1937 ababusina ko infu ifelozu kuzo atenne chililwa ni simuine maiba liswani wentanzi ye ababusi zilimo zingi ababusi abenjili helioma ka 1945 nikuiza kulala ka 1965 misi muine Joshua Mutwamu la liswani naye abayindi ka 1965 kuiza 1996 jikuiza kuichilila mwancha kwe simuine Kisko maiba liswani obutatu wina halio masunu hanu wikere abusu wetu aho. Ababa simuine bonse bana wamba hanu benazi dinoza ako kubalele njoko kuna wamba kuti kakuoleki kuti tube kuyenda kwa teni tukakungane kwa teni tukahuile tukavahupule nisebezi yabo ibaba tusebelezi chingi tukungene hanu kuti konse kubaka lele sunu ihuo zabo tubenabo zunu sunu.
The festival is normally held at Bukalo, which is the headquarters of the Masubia Traditional Authority and home to Chief Kisko Maiva Liswani III. As a cultural norm, all people attending the festival are required to kneel down and clap hands when the chief has arrived. During this festival, the chief's message is normally read on his behalf. At the recent held festival, the Masubia chief called on his followers to maintain peace and unity. He also called on his fellow traditional leaders in the region to be united, adding that traditional leaders are the transmission belts of peace.
I am confident that you are fully aware of why we are here today and why we gather here each year. It is because of at least 3 reasons. 1, to pay homage and reverence to our ancestors for that which they bequeathed to us, the identity of being Vekuhane, which we are proud of. And 2, to celebrate that cultural heritage, both in its tangible and intangible forms. And lastly, to showcase this heritage and to allow others to join in appreciating who we are as we are part of a diverse and multicultural Namibian nation. This we do to enhance the notion of unity in diversity and foster a greater sense of nationhood and promote a spirit of national reconciliation. It is only when we are united as leaders of our respective communities that we can expect the same sense of unity among our subjects. It is with this in mind that I can openly say that I desire that one day and in our lifetime that these reciprocal visits will be among all the 4 recognized traditional authorities in our region. As the slogan of our head of state goes, and I quote, "No one should be left out."
Masubia traditional headquarters of Bukalo was recently declared a village council seen as a catalyst for development in the region.
I take pride in the following developments. One of the state-of-the-art offices being constructed for Bukalo Village Council. You have seen it, a double-story building. The upgrading of the roads within the Bukalo Village Council, the dumping site which has been constructed to ensure that the environment and the health of our citizens is protected. This is the only one of such in the region. Mass housing projects, which I cannot forget. Although the project is incomplete, Bukalo is one of a few village councils which has benefited from this project in the country. Street lightening, as Mr. Khan has indicated, you have observed it starting from the bridge. Investments have been made to ensure that our residents would be protected from crime by ensuring that the key areas in the village council are provided with street lights. And again, Bukalo has set a standard in the region, which we have already observed. Servicing of the plots is of paramount. We have also embarked upon the servicing of additional plots given the increase in demand. Furthermore, plans are underway for the construction of the abattoir market for Bukalo Village Council. Government offices, for example, the police station and the shopping mall. Director of ceremonies, I would have liked to present the developments for the entire constituency, but time does not allow me to do so.
Apart from celebrating the Vinkuhanewetu culture, the festival also serves as a platform where Masubia people that contributed to Namibia's liberation struggle are honored.
We also use this occasion to honor our heroes and heroines of our liberation struggle. Sons and daughters of this traditional authority were part of the many Namibians who sacrificed their youth to liberate our country from the divisive and destructive yoke of colonialism. Some of them sacrificed at the battlefront as field commanders and foot soldiers. Some of them returned back and continue to serve the nation in various capacities. We say thank you to them for the freedom we enjoy today. Indeed, their blood waters our freedom. Prominent among these are Brendan Simbaye, Greenwell Matongo, Richard Kapelo Kavajani, and many others. We also say thank you to those who led them heroically until when the total independence of our motherland was achieved. The founding president, His Excellency Sam Nujoma, former President Hifikepunye Pohamba, and current President Dr. Hage Geingob. The Namibian nation will forever be grateful for freedom and independence, peace, stability, and social progress that we are witnessing.
Previously, this festival was mostly attended by the Masubia people, but with the notion of unity in diversity, that has since changed as scores of people from other ethnic groups also grace the occasion.
Remembering these days through our cultural festivals is very important. We have to remind ourselves where we come from so that we know where we are going to. Culture is very important in our lives. If we don't have culture, it's like a tree without roots. Therefore, we should be happy whenever we are together, when we come together. May I also say thank you to all those who traveled from other constituencies to Bukalo today. I respect you for that decision because we are building and uniting the diversity, our culture in diversity. I also urge you to do the same whenever we have festivals, wherever they are, be it at Chinchimani, be it at Sangwali, be it at Mashi, be it at Nkurenkuru or Maheke. Let's travel, go there and join the others as we celebrate our culture in diversity. Let's build our unity. Let's build our region so that we develop ourselves. Let's do away with tribalism. Let's do away with regionalism. It will not take us anywhere. The more we are united, the more we are going to develop ourselves. So we say, long live the Zambezi region, long live Namibia, long live Wikohane. Thank you very much.
It gives me immense pleasure to be here to witness the 2015 Masubia Annual Cultural Festival. I'm also impressed to observe the attendance by people from all parts of this region and from other parts of our country and also from our neighboring countries who joined the Masubia Traditional Authority in celebrating their rich heritage. It is widely recognized that traditional authorities plays an important role in the lives of communities they lead. They serve as custodian of the cultural values and norms of their community by ensuring that these values and norms are preserved and transmitted from one generation to another. Equally important, the material progress of a community, the maintenance of peace and unity are principal duties of traditional authorities. Namibia as a country has a long and rich history, both culturally and politically, which defines who we are today, and this forms part of our heritage. Despite the diverse nature of our society as a nation, we have always identified ourselves as one people, and as a result, we have achieved unity in diversity, a principle that we must nurture at all times. It was by the leading of the spirit of unity that we emerge victorious from the yoke of colonialism. At this juncture, I would like to acknowledge the immense contribution of the sons and daughters from this traditional authority who courageously rose with other fellow Namibians to liberate our motherland from colonialism. I would also like to salute the leaders of this traditional authority along the many generations for their steadfastness and foresightness throughout the trying and better times of our history.
As the country strives towards Vision 2030, Chief Liswani III has also joined growing appeals for food security and self-reliance, urging Zambezi residents to produce their own food.
We are counting 15 years before the attainment of our national vision, which is espoused in our high-level government statement of Vision 2030. By that year, we aspire to be an industrialized nation in which a Namibian person will be a happy person. A happy person who has equitable access to necessities such as high-quality healthcare system, assured food security, clean and safe drinking water and good sanitation system, high-quality road, air and rail transportation infrastructure, real economic opportunities and the beneficiation, including access to markets for locally produced products, especially from rural areas and particularly produced by rural women. Assured, safe and secure environment to prosper. Heightened sense of personal security from both internal and external forces. And lastly, heightened and strong sense of nationhood. In order for us to attain this great aspiration or vision for the country, I encourage all leaders at all various levels and sections of our community to work hard. This vision will not come about like manna falling from heaven. We need to work for it. No one from anywhere will bring it for us or to us. We are responsible for it as government, yes, but more so as individuals and as communities. When we talk of food security, for example, at the local level, it translates and starts with you having a vegetable garden in your backyard to provide onions, tomatoes, potatoes, cabbage, etc., to your family. It does not mean government increasing old age pension so that you can go and buy vegetables imported from other countries. When one goes to our local open market in Katima, you can see all variety of vegetables on sale. These days, they even sell along the streets. We are happy to see that. But this sense of happiness quickly evaporates when you ask the vendors where their vegetable gardens are, because the response will be, we buy from Zambia. While this is good and it is in line with SADC integration, let us import those that we can't produce ourselves. And therefore, I say, in order for us to maximize on the remaining 15 years before 2030, let us redouble our efforts and rededicate ourselves to the spirit of hard work and self-reliance. In other words, we aspire to be industrialized. In order for us to get there, we need to perspire or to sweat for it, to work hard for this aspiration or vision that is 2030, which we set ourselves.
The Masubia tribe shares a rich history with the liberation movement, and over the years, the Masubia chief has always affirmed his support for the SWAPO-led government.
For the younger generation, you might want to know that we are one of the very few traditional authority countrywide, which before independence severed ties with the colonial government, and as a punishment, the then repressive authorities withheld all funding, operational and otherwise, to this traditional authority because we stood by the liberation movement, SWAPO. And indeed, in that hour of great need, SWAPO stood by us as well. We received funding directly from SWAPO in exile to keep our operations as a traditional authority going. We are thankful for that support. And yes, towards the end of this year, we are voting again in the regional and local authority elections. I can just say, vote right.
Oh.